one time I was in a club in Leamington, and it's hard to differentiate if you're drunk or your sugars are low. And I had the scanner at the time, so I felt like, I was like, I haven't drank that much, why do I feel so drunk? And I checked my sugars and they were low, and everyone's dancing, and like it was hard to move because it's so busy and stuff. And I literally went to the bar and I went and asked them, and I was like, can I just have a glass of Red Bull? They were like, what? They were like, oh, do you want a double or single? I was like, no, no alcohol, I've got diabetes, can I just have a glass of Red Bull? And I just drank that, and I like went to the toilet for like a couple of minutes, and I told my friends, and I was like, my sugars are low.
Drinking is a massive learning curve as a diabetic. I trialled and errored for a long time. I would have major highs or major lows, because a lot of the alcohol that I like, i.e. cider, full of sugar, which is awful for you, sends your blood sky high, but then obviously the alcohol brings it down again.
I waited for my sugars to come back up, and then I went back out and I carried on drinking and I carried on partying and stuff. But it's those little moments, if your sugars do go low, it's like being aware you need to look after that, because God knows what would happen. Even if your sugars went that low, like I'm thinking if I'd like collapsed in the club, everyone would be like, oh my God, she's so drunk.
I had my first party right before I was diagnosed, actually. After diabetes, obviously, they tell you, like, you can't drink a lot, and if you are going to drink, you need a buddy, and you need to make sure that you're taking all your insulins and monitoring your blood sugar, because alcohol will make it go absolutely mental. The whole point of a party is you let loose, you get to be, like, completely different. With diabetes, you always have to remember that you have diabetes, and that kind of puts a stopper on your whole enjoyment when you're having a beer and your blood sugar's skyrocketing and you're like, well, now I have to take an insulin shot, now I have to check 2 hours later.
I always have food by the side of my bed before I go to sleep, because I always know I have to eat before I go to sleep. I always have like hypo stuff. I have my Freestyle Libre sensor on my arm, and I put the monitor by my bed, so if I can't get to my blood glucose monitor, I can quickly scan the side of my arm with my Libre.
I've definitely woken up in the middle of the night, because in the end alcohol will cause your blood sugar to drop, and I've woken up sweaty, like, because I was having a massive hypo. My usual go-to is eat some food, drink, and basically make sure that my sugars are high enough to make sure I don't go low through the night.
You don't know what it's going to do to your sugars. You don't know if they're going to go low or high. Well, that's what I found anyway. So it's like taking it bit by bit and like checking. Eating toast is a good one, and then going to sleep. I've always got a glass of water too.